Elazer down by 1. You know, Nerchio making it look a little bit easier in that last one. And I think Elazer had the right idea, but Nerchio took advantage of the fact that he got scouted. And here we go. And that guy right here, it is Elazer.
And his opponent in the top left-hand corner, the red Zerg, playing for Team Euronics Gaming, it is Nerchio.
Alright, so those that are just now joining us, remember, Scarlet did win her match, so she will be playing the winner of this match that we are watching. Nerchio already leads it by 1, and we are going to be going here to a much different map. It is a 4-player map here on Liverlac Crest.
Yeah, obviously a 4-player map, you can sometimes do something crazy and hide it a little bit longer, but so far we don't see anything too nuts coming out just yet. Elazer getting that clicker gas, which could allow him to put some aggression on. Nerchio, on the other hand, opting for a hatch first, I believe, and that means the onus is going to be on him to defend anything that Elazer could throw.
Yeah, man, Elazer has the potential to do that too. I think he sent his first Overlord to the right, so they both ended up doing that. Imagine if he did send it to the north, then he could make that decision a lot quicker. But it is going to be, at least for the second scout, he should be able to make a sound decision here when he does see that hatchery complete. While his is not even going down at all here, I think it should be almost up. He has a lot of minerals.
He's really floating. There's not a drone down there, though, and I'm not sure. Maybe he's going to come in into something a bit weird.
Oh, my. Yeah, I mean, he's continuing to mine a bit of gas. Trying to see the timing of it. It does look like 3 are still in the gas. So maybe he will be going for a very aggressive play. Not quite the 14-14, I don't think it was, but...
Yeah, he went up to 17 before he took his gas, so...
Yeah.
I guess he's just going to delay his hatch a little bit, make a few lings, and put some light pressure on top of that natural hatchery. I mean, at very least, he's going to force a response out from Nerchio, who's going to have to maybe pull some drones to defend this. It's going to be hitting at a time that you're not really expecting lings to come into your natural.
No, and I think he does realize it already, so he put down the Baling Nest first. He's going to be up to his control here. He always needs to make sure to target down, I would say, like the bigger pack of lings, but... That's usually when it's like a 13-12. This is a much heavier aggression, I would say, and it's not gonna run out of steam as fast as any other earlier type of all-in would.
No, actually, as long as he can preserve his ling count, it should only get stronger and stronger as the production of that relatively fast natural will kick in and continue to back this if Elazer wants to continue piling on the pressure. His ling speed is going to finish now, and he's making a lot of banelings at the bottom of this. He's going for some really heavy pressure now.
Yeah. This is going to be very, very scary, and I think Nerchio realizes that, trying to go for these nice hits, but Elazer will be splitting at the last minute. Great little trade there for Elazer to start things off.
Yeah, and now Elazer's own banelings have come waddling on to creep. One baneling of Nerchio will connect with the banelings of Elazer, taking more and more out. These defensive detonations doing better for Nerchio than they are for Elazer, who has basically had his baneling count reset.
Yep, his baneling count will get reset. He is going to get himself an Overlord here, and... unfortunately for Nerchio, he doesn't see if that's going to be drones coming out of it or if it's going to be lings. An important thing to note is that the larva was taken out there for Nerchio. So Elazer didn't really get the best hits on the lings, but he did stint the production here for Elazer.
Yeah, Nerchio was also supply blocked for a minute here, and that's a big deal as now he's on trying to defend this position. And it looks like... Okay. It looks like Elazer has everything he needs to push this away.
And it kind of equalizes, right? It's like, whoa,
yeah.
After all that, weird little openers, it looks to just kind of equalize.
Ooh, is Elazer going to get this baneling? That's a really nice pick off here, just using 2 Zerglings to get that. And he's going to run by these with his ling speed. He might be looking to try to take a baneling to the face is what he's looking for.
Yeah, that's always what you look for.
Oh, man.
Whoa.
That's a way to go, right? A baneling? Like getting hit with acid. That's actually like
I was thinking of like when somebody throws a water balloon in like slow motion.
Oh god, but it's a baneling and it pops when it hits you.
Good luck. You're not gonna have fun, but yeah.
Roach war in here from both these players. Elazer should hit a little bit first, but I think that's not going to be a big deal unless it comes down to the defense of Elazer. But his Roach war's coming up first, so kind of just going to be equal.
Yeah. So the more important thing is the scout. He goes into the base. sees that there's no lair, and then he uses the Overlord in order to scout out the third. And yeah, they're just kind of droning up, checking on each other, making sure that they do get down their tech and don't overdrone themselves. But when you don't see a lair, you can almost assume that it will be a more aggressive kind of play. But I don't know, maybe just delaying it. It could be something else. And there goes the lair.
Yeah, and getting that Overlord was nice for Nerchio. Like getting supply blocked in ZvZ, I feel is worse than any other matchup. It's the one where like you don't just get supply blocked all the times. When you use an Overlord, you dip into that red, and you're like overcoming your Overlord debt too, as well as just trying to open up the supply block.
Yeah, it can be pretty bad, especially in the earlier stages of the game. But luckily for them now, it isn't going to be the worst case scenario, as he did already have some on the way. So with the layers on the way, +1 should be finishing pretty soon here for Nerchio. Both of them are going to have the third base, but the only real difference here is that the third base of Nerchio is a bit tucked in, while of course Elazer's, he's out in the open, a little bit more vulnerable to counterattacks. But I think, you know, when you're defending there too, if you do have the higher count, it shouldn't be too bad for you. But you don't have that opportunity. Ooh, you don't have the opportunity of forcing it like into a choke point. So
no, you don't. But now Nerchio, he's making a lot of overseers, poking in, wanting to get those scouts off, and both players just kind of continuing to finish up their drone production and starting now the Roach pump. And this is going to be a big deal as Roach speed gets fired up for both players. A slight upgrade lead for Nerchio, who I think is maybe just a little bit ahead.
Just slightly. I mean, they're relatively even. I mean, as they keep kind of trading back and forth as to who has the drone count lead. But Nerchio with his upgrades, like different parts of the upgrades are at different points for each of them. So I think the +1 is more important to be ahead than roach speed is, because you're going to be able to just be ahead in your upgrades pretty much the whole game. But I do like the fact that he is going to be adding on a second Evo chamber and trying to get a little bit more ahead in the upgrades himself. I think the only problem is that Corrosive Bile doesn't really care about carapace upgrades, and it's 150 gas, so
no, man,
it's quite the investment.
Corrosive Bile doesn't care about anything. That can just devastate your army if you're not microing, if you're not splitting on top of it. Splitting roaches is like a weird feeling, right? You're like, I feel like I'm playing Terran, but now
some people do it so well, and I just don't. I love it. Seeing a good micro.
Oh man, but now Nerchio, he knocked down his own rocks. He's going to be stepping out onto... Whoa, a laser. A laser, I like this.
Okay. Is he getting... Oh, he is getting speed at least. I thought he was going to be going for like the slow Overlord drop that you just never see coming, but... Oh, this is good. But you can tell they have like the little spikes on them. So as long as Nerchio is paying attention, he'll know.
Yeah, but... Was he, like, honestly, like, I don't know if Overlords are the thing you're looking at when you're on your opponent's side of the map, necessarily, and, Elazer was a bit clever.
I think so, too. But seeing the Overlord speed, you have to start to think about it, that it's going to be a possibility, and especially if you do know his style. Elazer is very, very good at doing this style, and Nerchio needs to be very, very careful when it does come down to defending it. Whether you overcommit or undercommit, you can lose a lot, or... end up losing your whole army because you don't have enough to actually fight the main force.
Oh man, Nerchio, by the way, set up beautifully to receive this. He has a Spore Crawler pre-positioned in the perfect spot.
Oh, that is so sick.
Oh, losing one Overlord full of roaches is a very big deal. Now here comes the second one. There is no Spore in position here. It looks like Elazer could be trying to get some damage done. And it's going to go into the back. Well, the big fight's occurring at the front. Corrosive Bile is going down on both sides, zoning these units out. And now they're going to re-engage here.
Yeah, very important here that you do not have lower units here. But the thing is with Ravagers, sometimes it doesn't even matter. It looks like Nerchio, he's going to be able to get right on top of the army of Elazer and getting much favorable trades here.
Yeah, actually, Elazer bled out almost all of his Ravagers there, which is a huge deal in this situation. Now the army of Elazer is split. He's going to try for a sandwich here, but I don't think it matters. There's so much units on either side for Nerchio that you can have a perfect donut on this army, and it's not going to do anything, but now units continuing to pop out from Elazer. The defender's advantage is helping him try to do his best to hold here. The army from Nerchio still very scary as it continues to trade blows on both flanks with Nerchio's own army, or Elazer's army.
Jeez, Nerchio's macro and his trades are just like so much better. This is what kind of happened in the last game. He just pretty much barrels on through, avoids the corrosive biles while managing to hit them of his own. And GG is going to be called. Nerchio takes it 2-0.